I want to take everyone back to school. We did something called the frog experiment. There was boiling water. We took the frog and we put it in the boiling water. And what happened, the frog immediately jumped out. We took the same frog into a chilled water and we started heating up the pot little by little. The frog continued to adapt its temperature to the pot. Eventually, it died inside. Today, the world is heating up. And because it's hot outside, now we're building bigger malls. We're even running marathons indoors. And HVAC systems are improving. But I keep wondering and asking myself, what is the threshold so we don't die inside the pot? In 2020, I was reading an article in Los Angeles where they were painting roads with a white pigment to cool down LA. I started 3 businesses before and sold 2, failed in 1. And I was thinking, what would be my next venture? So I thought, why not we can make the UAE cooler? But we cannot paint every road. So I started FortyGuard to build cooler asphalt. And we built a cooler asphalt that was cooler by 16 degrees Celsius than the conventional one. We sold it to a place that is probably everyone is aware of, called Masdar City. And Masdar asked me a question that changed everything. They said, Jay, where are you going to put it? So my answer was, put it everywhere. And they said, sorry, you can't do that. Tell us where are the hot spots in the city. So we looked into satellite level data. And satellite level data was telling us all Masdar City or all Abu Dhabi is 40 degrees Celsius. But is this true? So we went back and we started collecting temperature data so we can map temperature 2 meters above the ground, every 10 meters square, every second, and be able to put this for Masdar so they can identify where heat is actually impacting the demand that we need to cool down the city or build it a lot more sustainably. This is how temperature today is presented to us. This is the truth of temperature. Because we don't care what's the temperature hundreds of meters above the ground. We care about what is the temperature here. Here is where we transport goods. Here is where we do business. Here is what a human level health is measured. Here is what we care about temperature. So in order for us to do that, we're collecting every day more than 52 billion GPS data points from the ground, not with only satellite level data, but with vehicles that have sensors installed on them, and they're connected real time to the internet so they can provide temperature data to us. And we're trying to utilize existing IoTs, like maybe solar, or your Apple Watch, or the scooter that you find in the corniche, or anything else that can collect temperature for us to build what we call our large temperature models. Those models have the capability to service different sectors with data that can unlock the truth. Why do we call it the truth? Because if you're trying to solve for a problem like energy or temperature, this problem is like cancer. It's very difficult to tell what is the problem, or let alone what would be the solution without an MRI. So we introduced the world's first temperature MRI, so we can tell what's the temperature How is it moving in cities? Why is it hot? And what can be done to cool it down? Engineers, they love this because half of the solution is really understanding the problem. And this is what we did with our intelligence. With Masdar City, we helped them cool down the outdoors by 5 degrees Celsius. And imagine the benefits that could reflect on energy savings, that could reflect on economics, like improving the occupancy rate, or imagine the benefits that could reflect on the human thermal comfort so we can build much more sustainable and cooler cities. I am pleased to introduce the temperature dashboard. And this is where you have a QR code, a free access to temperature, so we can speak to the mission of us trying to democratize the use of temperature. Now, temperature and energy are together. With the increase of temperature, there will always be a higher demand for us to use more energy. But what is better today than optimizing the use of energy by solving for the real challenge when it comes to cities, when it comes to temperature, in everything that we do today? I'm happy to provide you with more resources and use cases related to energy. So please connect with me. And I'm very thankful to be here among all of you today. And I hope that you're enjoying this session.